Good morning, everybody. We have a mostly higher trade in the grain markets here early on Tuesday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. July corn futures up 4.5 cents at 7.16 and a quarter. December corn is down half a cent at 6.08 and three quarters. July soybeans up 7.5 cents at 15.95. November soybeans up a quarter cent at 14.14 and a half. July Chicago wheat is up 6.5 at 7.37. July Kansas City wheat up 3 3/4 at 7.07 and three quarters. So a marginal rebound here following yesterday's sell-off. If you guys are listening on the podcast, as always, appreciate it. Leave me a review, leave me some feedback if you have not already. Really appreciate you guys listening every day. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. My goal is to get to 2,000 subscribers. We're at 1,800 and change. So hit that subscribe button if you're watching these videos and you have not subscribed. And make sure you hit the like button. That will help YouTube spread these videos out a little bit. If you need some additional assistance from me, go to my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan here in the upper right-hand corner. For $49 a month, I offer a subscription service. It includes a whole bunch of stuff. I send out a morning email to all my subscribers. It goes out every business day at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. It includes all sorts of interesting charts, graphics, any breaking overnight headline that you need to be aware of, all my grain marketing recommendations from cash sales to capture and carry options, all that sort of stuff. I have a text message service that is included, also subscriber-only videos and content. I've been trying to kick out a subscriber-only video every day of the week, getting close to doing that. We've been probably averaging about 4 a week. Any sort of consulting that you might need, this is a monthly deal that can be canceled at any time, so certainly check that out. To get into some of the headlines here this morning, we'll start off with the crop progress report. USDA had its weekly crop progress report out yesterday, of course. The U.S. corn crop 67% planted, up from 46 last week, way ahead of the 52% average. The state of Iowa has been the fastest of any major corn growing state in regard to planting. Iowa farmers had planted 86% of their corn as of Sunday. Illinois 74% complete, Indiana 46, Ohio 27. Some of those areas in the east have been wet. Minnesota 85, Nebraska 71% complete with corn, South Dakota 66%, North Dakota 36%, Kansas at 54% in corn. The corn crop nationally 20% emerged versus 8 last week and 19 on average. The U.S. soybean crop is 42% planted versus 24 last week and 22 on average. So as with corn, soybeans well ahead of average in regard to planting pace. And again, Iowa is the quickest of any major soybean state. Iowa farmers had planted 67% of their bean crop as of Sunday. Illinois is 57% complete, Indiana 36% with soybeans, Ohio 20%, Minnesota 65%, Nebraska 47%, South Dakota 32%, North Dakota 17%, Kansas 27%. That soybean crop is 10% emerged nationally, nothing last week, and that's ahead of the 4% average. U.S. spring wheat crop, 70% planted versus 49 last week, way ahead of the 51% average there. Every major U.S. spring wheat state is ahead of average in regard to its planting pace. The crop is 29% emerged versus 14 last week, 20 on average. The drought up north, of course, is a double-edged sword. Quick planting is what it will allow, but there will also be crop development issues. There's really not much rain at all in the forecast for say, North Dakota, western Minnesota, out for the next couple of weeks. U.S. winter wheat ratings improved marginally. The crop was rated 49% good to excellent versus 48 last week, 53 on average. You've got a lot of rain in the forecast for some of these key HRW wheat areas. Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado. There's going to be some heavy rains over the next couple of weeks in some of these areas, and that is perhaps responsible for yesterday's sell-off in the winter wheat market and maybe in the spring wheat market too. Now, the spring wheat still got a different story with this drought, but it brought the whole complex down. Estimates for Brazil's corn crop are plummeting. Well-followed private group Ag Rural pegged the Brazilian corn crop at 95.5 million metric tons, down sharply from its previous estimate of 102.6. The second crop alone, 65.1 versus 73 previously, so that's a big downward revision. USDA has that crop, of course, at 109. I've talked over the last couple of weeks about how I thought the market was probably trading something around 95. We're starting to see that sort of number printed now, and I think you'll start to see more of that. Really nothing in regard to rainfall in the forecast for most of Brazil. 60 to 70% of that country's corn crop experiencing drought at this point. ADM will build a big-time soybean processing facility in North Dakota, $350 million price tag on that. The plant will be located in Spiritwood, North Dakota, which is about 90 miles west of Fargo. It will process 150,000 bushels of soybeans per day. Farmers in North Dakota have increased soybean acreage drastically in recent years. USDA said that farmers in North Dakota intended to plant 4.9 million acres of beans this year. That's up 3% from last year and would be a record high number for the state if realized. That project slated to be complete prior to the 2023 harvest. U.S. gasoline shortage is possible as a result of the cyber attack on the Colonial Pipeline. There are already some areas in Florida and the Carolinas that have dealt with gas stations that were out of gas as of this morning. North Carolina's governor declared a state of emergency as a result of the pipeline shutdown, which will suspend some motor vehicle fuel regulations. There could be more of this in the southeast. In particular, if the pipeline attack issue is not resolved. Retail gasoline prices hit their highest level since 2014 last week at $2.97 per gallon, according to AAA data, and that number will most certainly move higher this week with this potential shortage looming. Friday is last trading day for May grain futures. Make sure you take a look at any remaining open positions there. Remember, USDA report tomorrow. I'll talk a little bit more about those pre-report estimates tomorrow morning. Cattle market did okay yesterday. We finished higher. June cattle were up $2.20. The feeder cattle market was sharply higher as well. So we're seeing a rebound here. I think that those lower corn prices certainly help the feeders in particular. Box beef market off to the races again. Choice boxes up $3.23 at $309.11. Select boxes were up $3.49 at $293.76. And the outside markets this morning, the Dow's down 190 points. The S&P's down 37. Precious metals are up just a little bit. U.S. dollar is down a little bit. Crude oil down 67 cents at 64.25 in the June WTI. The bond's just a little bit lower. Remember, if you guys need some more information from me, check out my website. Everybody have a wonderful day today. I'll talk to you same time tomorrow.